Port Harcourt-based sport enthusiast, basketball enthusiast to be precise, has praised the organizational structure of the Nigerian Premier Basketball League, rather describing it as one of the most impressive edition in recent years. Watching the games unfold at the 59 Niger Street in Port Harcourt Township, Eyo noted that the level of coordination and competition reflects a new wave of professionalism in Nigerian's basketball. And he also further praised the government of Rivers State for what he has described as a deliberate and intentional approach towards basketball improvement. So Kingsley, I know you kept in touch with the final 8 of the Nigerian Premier Basketball right here. It has come to an end, no doubt, but then do you align your thought with that of Kelvin Eyo, who has described the organizational structure as well coordinated?
I think it was well organized. When you take a look at the courts, how it was rebranded. We saw, of course, the scoreboards, looking very, very glittering. We also saw the stands where the fans, of course, where they stayed. I think it was very, very, artistic, at the end of the day. And for me, kudos was given to the River State government, for taking it upon themselves, to make sure that they put up a befitting basketball, championship, as a stand. And then you ask yourself, why is it that the final 8 is always played here for the past 3 or 4 years now? Why has it always been hosted in Port Harcourt? I think these are some of the things, because Port Harcourt, of course, they have one of the best basketball courts, and they are also basketball followers. Port Harcourt, if you want to look at it, love basketball. And of course, you take a look at the fact that they also have a commissioner who is also a basketball enthusiast as well. You understand what it takes to play basketball. You understand what it takes, of course, to host a basketball championship. And I think these are all of the benefits River State have, and that's why they've been having an edge. Having the edge in terms of hosting and as well performance. As it stands. So. I think for me it was a well-organized, tournament. Everything was glittering, and I tell you, it looks as if maybe we're in Rwanda or probably South Africa, of course, playing basketball, because that was how the atmosphere looked like. And it was even lovely that at least people could stay at their home and stream the games. That was, the most important aspect of it. The games were live. You can go on YouTube. And stream it, and it was very, very lovely. That is what we want. Let's expose our basketball, to other parts of Africa, to Europe, let us also see what we are doing. With that, you never can tell. It will also attract, foreigners to come in, maybe in terms of sponsorship, or probably also attract players, to come in as well, to join, some of the teams, down there. So we have to really sell our markets. Whatever we're doing, let's not just end here, in Nigeria. Let's see how we can export them, to make it global. The Premier League today is being referred as well as the best to say. It's because of the way the organizers, they've sell the league, to the world. It's due to the way they've exposed, the league, to the world, not just England, of course, to say at this point in time. So I think it's a good one. If we continue like this, I tell you, basketball in Nigeria will be one of the best. Talking about the basketball league, it will be one of the best, and of course in Africa. We understand South Africa, they have a good basketball league. You go to Rwanda, very good basketball league as well, and some other African nation. I think it's time for we to also look at how to project our own and make it, of course, more better than what, of course, we've seen at this point. And for me, it was a top-notch organization from the River State government.
Meanwhile, Eyo further observed that while Nigeria's basketball scene is showing signs of improvement, the country still lags behind some African nations in terms of organization and long-term development, particularly when it compared to the North African basketball structure. In that very one. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Premier Basketball League Final 8 concluded with Lagos legend, Rivers Hoopers, Boko City Chiefs, and Nigerian Custom booking their places in the Final 4. a quartet will not only battle for national championship but also for a coveted spot in the Basketball African Nigerian Premier Basketball League season is expected to wrap up with the Final Four championship scheduled for November 20th to 24, 2025, as the excitement around the league continues to grow. Also, we know that the Final 8 has come to a conclusion. The last 4 will take place on the 20th to 24th of this month. If you take a look at how Lagos Legend kept 100% record during the first phase of the Final 8, I may want to say that Rivers Hoopers, whom many are projecting to defend their title successfully, might just be wary of Lagos Legends.
Yeah, of course. Rivers Hoopers, I think they should, like I mentioned, it will be business as usual for them. When you take a look at the performance, of Lagos Legends, you talk about Nigerian Custom, even the Boko City Chief. You understand how Rivers Hoopers struggled, against Boko City Chief, of course, this time around. So it's not going to be business as usual, and that's why they should, step up their performance. They should, of course, go back, re-strategize, and see how, of course, to get themselves, better. This is the Final Four, and we have the teams that got promoted or that are qualified to the Final Four are very, very good. You can't take anything away from them at this point in time. So for Rivers Hoopers, if they still want to dominate the league, if they still want to pick the tickets to represent the country in the Basketball African League, then they should be able to up their game. Yes, they had an impressive run. I think they only lost to Lagos Legends. For me, I think yes, but despite that, they have to really step up their performance, because these teams will be coming very hard, especially Lagos Legends, Bogo City Chief. They will be coming very, very hard, at this point in time to compete. And I'm loving the competition. This is what we need. It's not every season Rivers Supers just go through, just like that, defeating other teams and picking the tickets. So I'm really loving this competition. It will keep the teams on their toes. The fans will be on their toes. The coaches as well will be on their toes. And of course, we'll also be expecting a blockbuster, encounters as well. So I think it's going to be a very, very fun-filled one, a competitive one. And I just hope that, of course, Rivers Supers, the host, will, of course, try most kind to see if they can pick the tickets once again.
All right, Rivers Hoopers need to do extra work to ensure that they retain the title that they won last season successfully, because taking a look at the unsustainable records of Lagos Legends so far, they need to just be very wary about the fast rising West African Basketball Club, talking about Lagos Legends. As they are the only team so far not to lose a point. They've won all their games en route to the last 4. And Rivers Hoopers, the Kingsmen, also made a cut for the Final 4. Boko City Chiefs, not also forgetting Nigerian Custom. Some of the whooping team in this year's edition in the Final 8 were the likes of Kwara Falcon and the Kano Pillars. They were not just good enough, as they could not pass through the Final 4. All right, we'll keep our eyes very open for the 20th of this month, when the Final 4 will get underway.